Hi there, Gemini. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love general messages. It's a general reading, so the roles might get reversed, or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? So Gemini, reading is going to be a you versus them format. I'm going to be pulling card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today and what their current energy is. Your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? Gemini, so what you don't see coming here, Gemini, is that you are going to be having like a lot of intuitive download in regards to a situation that has been making you very, very depleted, okay? Because you got the Queen of Swords and you have the Five of Pentacles in that proposition. I do feel that in the future, you guys are going to be standing your ground, even if it is going to hurt somebody, okay? So let's just get into your reading. This person's energy, they have the Strength card, they have the Lovers, and they also have the Temperance in our proposition. There's like a lot of things that is going on within this person's life, and it has a lot to do with the divine intervention, because I do feel that this person right now is trying as much as they could to balance out their life by a lot, and there's like a lot of patience that they need to go through here. In the past, this person is the Five of Cups and also the Ten of Wands. From your part, you have the Ten of Cups and you also have the Two of Wands in that proposition. There's a lot of regret coming from this person's side in the past, because I do feel that this person still acknowledged their love for you, but it's kind of like a bit overwhelming for this person. And I do feel that in the past, you guys are kind of like distancing yourself from these connections because you're trying to see things from a bigger perspective. In the present moment, though, with the Empress and also the Judgment in reverse, even though there's not yet like a decisive decisions that you have been making, but I do feel that in the present moment, in this week to come, you guys are going to be focusing a lot more on what makes you feel good, because the Empress is acknowledging that we're the queens of all queens, okay, regardless of the gender. Is understanding that if someone were to be giving me something good, I have the ability to multiply it with a lot of good things. But if someone would give me something bad, then I would also have the tendency to be multiplying that negativity into a lot. So it's about you realizing that and about you choosing what type of energy would you like to be engaged in. In this present moment, this person is the Eight of Cups and also the Hanged Man. This person is waiting. You know, the Eight of Cups in this deck of mine is very different, because this person, instead of walking away, this person is actually revisiting those cups and looking at those cups. So this person is feeling a bit nostalgic here at this present moment. In the future, the King of Wands in reverse and also the Six of Cups. From your side, you have the Nine of Swords and you also have the Eight of Swords. Okay. Someone here that you're dealing with, you feel that this person here doesn't get you. The King of Wands in its own self, without it being in reverse in a tarot, is not really a card which is suited to be in a relationship, because the King of Wands have a tendency to always be in something that has something that is for them. You know, demanding, wanting something. But just because of themselves, sometimes they have the inability to see things from the different perspective, or to be a bit understanding. And that's what's driving you nuts, because you want to be understood. Okay. But then again, this person shows up with a Six of Cups. So it's like, it's loving, but also selfish at the same time, which is a bit of a nightmare to deal with. So let's clarify the reading. First of all, I want to clarify from your side here with the Empress and also the Judgment in reversed. Okay, Gemini, you might be dealing with a Libra here or an Aries, but I do feel that if you're dealing with a Libra, I feel that you're going to be very, very not pleased with this person, either a Libra or Taurus. You're not going to be very pleased with this person because you're going to be focusing a lot more on yourself, okay? But it's more about like you feeling that there's something unfair within these connections, and unless things get equal, you got the justice that you want, you're not going to be receiving any of it. You are standing here very, very strongly on your ground. Judgment in reverse clarified by the 2 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and also the 6 of Wands. Remember when I said in the past, you guys were kind of like distancing yourself a bit from the connection because you're trying to see things from the bigger picture so that you have the idea, a greater idea of what this connection is all about. I feel that you're like looking at it and it's like, no, I'm not really interested. I'm just going to be focusing a lot more and I'm going to be working on things that actually makes me feel good about myself. So there's going to be a lot of activities that you're going to be doing within this week that is more about like you wanting to feel good for yourself. You might be socializing, or you might want to have like a really, really small victories. You're going to be enjoying small victories in your life, which is good. Now, I want to clarify that 8 of Cups from their side. Strength, the Fool card, and also the 6 of Cups. This energy had been going on since Leo season, where they would really, really want to take a giant leap of faith towards the connections in which they believe it's either a soulmate relationship or it's a twin flame relationship. But it's a relationship or it's a connections that they could never walk away from. They did try though. They did try, but they couldn't. They did try to persist with denying the reality of the connection, but it couldn't. Now, let's clarify the Hangman, Page of Swords, the Tower, and also the Knight of Pentacles. This person has like a lot of unwavering devotions and loyalty that they have towards you. I do feel that this person right now is trying to observe you as well, okay? If you're in no contact period with this person, I do feel that this person is watching or stalking or observing you by a lot. Or if you're still in contact with them, they're just like, it's a typical someone who's like, when there's something happening within the relationship, you know what it's like starting to watch, observe, or stalk like a little bit of a behavior from you. Like the way that you speak, your body language, and everything like that. And there's also like a realizations about whatever it is that is happening between the both of you. Mostly also they have a take on it. Them realizing by them being too cerebral had caused a little bit of a problem within this connection. Now let's clarify the 9 of Swords from your side. 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the 5 of Swords. Let's clarify the 8 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and also the 8 of Pentacles. I feel that in the future, you guys are going to be focusing a lot more on your work, and you're going to be focusing a lot more on enjoying the flowers of your work, the fruit of your labor. There is like a lot of push for you in the future about you wanting to focus a lot more on your safety, your stability, and also your security, especially in terms of finances, careers, or businesses. Now, with the 9 of Swords here, Gemini, is about you kind of like confronting the relationship that you have here. You might possibly be just shutting this off, you know, with the 5 of Swords in here. Let's clarify from their side, what is it that they're doing that causes you to be like this? Clarify the King of Wands in reverse. 8 of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and also the 8 of Wands. So it's a situation that comes and goes, okay? Someone here, this person, actually, they're a bit confused with their life. They don't know what they want. So they're much more in the energy of Knight of Wands. It's a come in and go in type of energy. It's an energy of like, that likes to have like a lot of freedom, that likes to explore something, okay? And you don't want that, because what you want here is this. The 10 of Pentacles. You want to have a relationship that is stable. You want to have a long-term serious relationship. And when you want this, you can't be in this energy. Because if you want this, if this is something that you're wanting to manifest, then you need someone who would equally want to work on the connections together with you. Not somebody who comes and goes, not somebody who breadcrumbs, not somebody who doesn't want to take any type of accountability or responsibility about what their behavior in the connection. But to some, you know, for me, myself personally, the way that I would interpret this, I would say that this is a front. This is a false mask that they're putting. Because King of Wands in reverse does talk about someone who is insecure. That's why they need to create some sort of persona in order to, I don't know, feel good, to not be vulnerable, to think that they have power or control over things. Okay, this is a front here. Now let's clarify the Six of Cups, Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and also the Judgment. Good. It's a bit similar with the Aries reading though. So some of you might be dealing with an Aries as well, or you might be dealing with the water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or you might be dealing with the earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But it's more about you will be the one to call out on things in the future. Again, as I said, you might totally shut this down. You might totally cut this person's off or block this person's off because you're sick with this type of thing that you're dealing with. And when you finally had enough, this person would then start to realize that, you know, why am I doing this? Why am I pretending? Who am I fooling? What is the result of me being like this, right? When I have known all along that I do have an amazing connections with Gemini. So I do feel what I do see happening here in the future. Once you shut it down, once you cut it off, once you confront them about, you know, their behavior, this is how they're going to be approaching you. Then the Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and also the Judgment. There's a peace offering here. There's an apology. There's also an offering of like, okay, you know what? I want to compromise this time. I want to listen to you. Let's work on this. It's a very practical thing, you know, Ace of Pentacles and also the Judgment. It's a very practical thing that they're going to be doing. So it's either they're going to be deciding, let's say, for instance, you have a problem of them being, this is an example, okay? You have a problem of them not having like a lot of time with you because of their work. Then this person would do something that will make it sure that they would have more time with you. Just something that is practical that they are going to be doing. Or if you think that this person lives way too far from you, they are going to be doing like planning like, okay, you know what? It's either we move in together or I'm going to pick a place that is closer to you. But it's something that is very practical here that they're about to decide on doing. With you, with the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and also the Eight of Pentacles, you're not going to be as attached towards these connections anymore. And I feel that once you had that certainty that this person is willing to do something practical to fix these connections, I do feel that you're going to want to work it out with this person. Okay, so now let's pull some advice here for you here, Gemini. Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and also the Sun card. There's this calling about you doing something that is completely brand new. I do feel that there is an idea, whatever it may be, okay? It could be about in a relationship, about what you should be doing in this relationship, or a business ideas, or like a fun ideas that you have. There's going to be one here, okay, in the future. It's about you being brave doing that. The Nine of Pentacles in this deck of mine, this is the After Tarot deck, so it's very different than the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. But with the Nine of Pentacles here, that person has taken off her glove and she's now touching those grapes with her own hands. There is a fear here that you have that needs to be overcome. Gemini, whatever that may be. Maybe fear of rejection, fear of doing something that is brand new, fear of abandonment. It needs to be let go. Okay? Because that's the only way for you to achieve the happiness that you've yearned for. Okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Gemini. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.